30 to 40,000.
It's a decent number.
For the work that we're hoping this $72,000 a year person can do.
Well, there's some
Oh, that's
repairs in
cold.
there that we estimated in the staffing challenges.
Now, is this just salary, or
Save on.
is this just salary, or is this?
That's salary and benefits.
Now, what is, stand up here, Brian, I gotta ask you a
Okay,
question.
okay.
How much are we spending now on HVAC maintenance and repair?
$35,000. That's just for our maintenance contract.
That's not
Come out
counting the repairs.
quarterly. That's none of the repairs.
That's what I'm,
The repairs
repairs are
are
major.
kind of as needed. We have budget for the repairs, but we can't predict what they are. But we figure on the smaller repairs, on some of the things that are minor, our guy that would be in-house could handle those and save us those repair costs. Now, major stuff, replacing a whole unit or whatever, we'd still have to contract out for that.
What kind
I
of,
was conservative in estimating the savings.
Brian, what kind of preventive maintenance repairs we talking about? $30,000 to $40,000 a year. What are we talking about?
Preventative maintenance, they come in and they check the pressures, tighten
Clean.
belts, hoses, clean, change filters on all the HVAC units we have in the city.
question. Why, are you putting this out for bid every year? Or you just been using Henson Mechanic?
We have been using hints.
Well, let me say, I have used them before and they're good, but they're high.
Yeah, they're expensive.
You need, before I do this, I swear, I would go out and I would shop it. I would go out and get 4 or 5 bids, because I'm telling you, there are people out there would love to do bid work for the city.
We can do that. It hasn't been done in the past.
I surely would think you ought to go out and bid it, because that way you cut out 72,000 right off the bat.
Now, one of the advantages of Henson is they are local and they do come out.
Just like that. But you pay for
We
the
need-
just like that.
When we have the
We have other
HVAC
local
out.
people.
We got a bunch of
They're not the
local.
only ones on board.
But they're not the only ones. I totally agree with you. I'm very well aware of that.
I tell you what, I'll give you a name of a kid I've been using, daggone Piet now. Real prompt and very reasonable too.
Well, we can
We've
come
got a
with that.
lot
I'd be
of-
glad to do that.
And just one more question before we move on. I don't know, what's the police assistant special services, even though it's not costing you anything, I mean, what is it?
It's a part-time person, it's the community,
Officer Sal, Colonel Sal's position. He came in, he was hired on a temporary position with the police department. He's just an hourly employee since he retired, he's working less than 19 hours. We've been able to pay him through open vacancies and everything. Hadn't cost us anything, any extra out of our line item. I was just proposing that we hire him on a part-time basis.
But it's gonna be more than zero then, you do that, right?
Yes, ma'am, it's not going to be an increase. I have so many vacancies right now.
But you're able to wiggle it in there.
I'm able to absorb his position in our salary line item.
exactly.
In other words, he may come back in the future and ask for some money.
Yeah, just a matter of time.
It's $20,000 a year.
How long is it gonna be?
Yeah,
He does a good job in the community.
yeah, this is small. And what we can do at the next meeting is maybe prepare like an existing organizational chart and then a proposed organizational chart that can outline better some of the proposed changes. Different discretionary and special programs that are funded are, of course, the youth council. The city council's discretionary funds are still included. We funded the city council travel budget at the new policy level. The city manager's discretionary account was reduced from $300,000 to $80,000. Still budgeting the air show net of the revenue. Outside agency funding is as recommended by the committee. And we've also included some land portions for a future industrial area that's funded from the electric fund.
It's gone down every year for the last 3 years. Outside agencies gone down.
On the next slide,
300 one time we're down to 189.
A few years ago.
We've gone down with it every year.
these are all capital vehicle purchases. They are all replacements. The first 3 are funded by the Powell Bill grant money. The 2 fire apparatus are proposed to be funded by an installment financing and paid back over a 5-year period of time. The next slide covers capital equipment purchases. Most of these are IT to enhance efficiency, providing additional storage, some replacements, a lot of just necessary things to keep people operational. The next slide addresses some of our deferred maintenance issues as well as improves some of our overall features in the community. These are different facility and community improvements. Engineering has about $400,000 worth of different resurfacing, sidewalk. We've included $200,000 for sidewalks. Street resurfacing is still funded at the current levels. The Greenway Capital Reserve Fund, this is year 3 of 6 of funding for construction of future greenways. The parks maintenance and facility is, well, parks maintenance is about $415,000. These are mostly for park improvements and major replacements, those ball field lights. The facilities maintenance gets some of our deferred maintenance covered. That roof at the parks maintenance facility is a big one. The downtown is funded, and this is a continuation of our master plan implementation. And the last one is at our airport. Initially, it was going to be about $500,000 to replace that fuel tank. And since then, we've had some assessments done, and we're able to refurbish that tank at half the price. Items that are not included. We did not include all of the requested personnel. There's about 10 full-time and 3 part-time positions that were requested that are not included. And there are also some capital items that are not included. These included the new police and fire station, hangar construction at the airport, of course the parking lot resurfacing back here at the railroad depot, sidewalk construction at the corporate center is also not included.
I have one question. So the firefighters not being included and the assistant fire marshal not being included, is that going to affect our accreditation? Where'd Raphael go?
He's right back here.
He's here.
Are we going to lose accreditation because we don't have any firefighters? I guess we don't want to answer that question. Okay.
If we don't meet the 4 competencies, we will not be reaccredited.
So this is over and above the 3% tax increase. This stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Fees and rate changes. We're proposing some nominal changes to the building and rec fees, and they'll be outlined in the budget book as to exactly which ones are changing. Water and sewer, we're projecting a 2% increase. This is the incremental increase that we try to do every year to avoid a large increase. There's no increase in stormwater. Electric has no increase on the bottom line, but they are restructuring some of the rates as recommended by the rate study consultants that completed a study this past year. The bottom line will net 0, so a few people will go up, a few people will go down.
What's our fund balance now in the water sewer capital?
I'm sorry,
What is our fund balance in the water sewer capital fund?
in the water sewer capital fund.
Yeah, reserve or what? Don't we have a fund set aside to do additional maintenance on it? I
Yes.
just wonder what it is.
I'll defer
We can
to
do
Russ.
that.
Our total undesignated cash is around 21 million.
I don't remember off the top of my head, I'm sorry.
Now, is that been built up for something in the future, Russ?
Replacement infrastructure.
We have a 15-year capital plan that goes beyond the 5-year plan. So in the 5 years, we have about $9 million worth of improvements, disinfection, changes at the treatment plants, solid handling upgrade, some other major ones. I can bring that and bring my CIP with me, but there's about $9 million in the 5-year picture that we're still working with Lisa to decide whether that'll be a revenue bond issue or cash fund.
But you do have that money in the fund.
It
we put it in
It's
there
in
to pay
that
as we
long-term
go.
rate projection to do those incremental, so we always have the funds to do those. And then out in about the year 10, there's a large amount for a process changes at wastewater plants that come from unfunded mandate for new limits.
Y'all looked right through, you didn't see a while ago.
It's fine.
I got a question whenever it's appropriate. I know people I want to back up to of course, I got several questions, and for me, I think we need another session just on this, whether it's 1 hour or
Yes.
2 hours or what, just on this. You had to go over a lot of it real fast, and that's me, I don't know what the council wants. But I think we need another session just on this, to look at this, go through it, analyze it. If it's something we can swap, trade out here, to pick up something over there, and maybe we can do that, but maybe we can't. But that's what I'd like, and I hope the council would agree with me on that. But the question I got, backing up to the facility and community improvement, there's several questions I have, but I got one on this Belton, the one, renovations on that. And I'm wondering if that includes, Brian, the property we've talked about in the past. Is that money in this?
No, that
That's just
just
for the
includes a
shelter.
comprehensive renovation of that
Okay,
structure, facility,
Yeah.
everything.
But that can't
The
be
amphitheater.
Yeah, that takes care of that. And the other one, I don't know where it's at, the parking lot resurfaced Church Street and Railroad, that's this big lot over here. You know, somebody ought to give us some help on paying that. I'm talking about somebody being the county. The county uses 99, well, I don't know what percent, but the county uses the biggest percentage of that. And I don't know if we shouldn't ask them to help us pay that parking
We
lot.
asked them before when we had parking spots out here, they wouldn't even give us
I know,
$11,000.
because most of it is used by the court system and the courthouse.
Yeah,
And
but they
I'm-
wouldn't even give us
And
$11,000.
that's right, and I'm not,
Remember that?
downplaying anything, I'm just saying, maybe they'll step up the pot, maybe they'll step up the pot, and give us $3.50 anyhow. But I'm saying, I think we need to look at that again, and Dottie, as Ms. Nash says, we've asked before, and we can ask again, but, it don't cost anything to ask, and it probably won't be any profit to ask.
And that's why we haven't included that one, just so that we could negotiate with the county.
But there's several more things in this packet I can ask questions about too. And I don't know if you got another session outlined for
We
this.
do, on May 5th, we can go over every aspect of, this was just meant to give you a taste of what we've included,
Okay.
so that you can
Start digesting.
think about it, get your ideas together.
Very good.
In other words, you
The
got-
budget schedule, we'll give you your books next Friday. We'll discuss all of this on the 5th. And the rest of the schedule, we can just play out from there. We do plan to read the budget message on the 5th. If something doesn't work out, we can always adjust the schedule accordingly.
We haven't even had a contract. Motion to adjourn.
I know, we're late.
Anything else? We've got a council meeting in 8 minutes. If I have a motion, a second.
Second.
All in favor, we adjourn.